Hello guys, welcome to the session. Today we are going to learn about common function formulas which we use on a regular basis in Excel. Myself, Omkar Desai, and till now we have learned different topics in Excel. So today we are going to learn about common formula functions. So the topics to be covered, or what we call it as the common functions to be covered today, are sum, SUMIF, min, max, average, average if, count, countif, len, then days, and now. So these are few common functions which we have out of many in Excel. What we can do is we can cover these options, and the rest of the formulas you can try on your own. If you're not able to, if you're facing any issues, and then please don't forget to put it down with this video. We'll try to answer them as much of them as can. So without wasting time, let's just quickly get over to the. So here again, as we have said, as I have said earlier, we have prepared few material for you. So few reading material, you can go through these. So this material will be available with the video. You can find the link below. So not wasting our time in reading this all. You can read it all later. We'll just quickly move to the data. So consider we have a set of data where let's add one more. I believe let's have 9. Okay, so the first function we have is sum. So what this function will do is this function will add all these data, or will add a range of data. To give you an example, how to do that is equals to, right, just SUM. So all these are the formulas which we have, not getting in depth of everything. So sum, it says number 1, comma number 2, comma number 3. So I will say first as A1, then I want to add A2, then I wish to add A3. If you could have observed, so whichever cell I'm selecting, that cell is getting selected over here. So that is how we'll get to know we are selecting which cell, and A5. That's it. So this is how you do it. So here you can see the actual formula which has been written over here for this particular cell. So this is one way of doing it. Or what you can do is you can just specify a range, A1 to A5, and press enter. This is how you use this sum formula. Then coming to the next formula, which is SUMIF. So as the name suggests, it will sum the range which we have provided here, provided that criteria has matched. So we'll say sum this particular range if the data is greater than say 10, which means add these numbers if that number is greater than 10. So in this case, this A1, it will start with this A1. The value in A1 is 5. This particular value doesn't match this condition, so it will not add this value. It will come to A2. Yeah, so this A2 matches the condition, so it will add A2, A3, A4, and again A5 it will not add. So let's just try to press enter here. So this will be 75. So if you try this adding, then it's like 40 plus 20 plus 15 is 75. So this is how you do it. And there's one more quick shortcut for sum function is, you can see here at the bottom of this Excel, you have these 3 by default functions which is provided, which says average of the selected range, the count of a selected range, and sum of a selected range. So this will always be provided with every kind of Excel you are using with. So this is one way of more proofing that our function is correct. Next function we have here is a min function, which says this will return a minimum value of a selected range. So to try that, we'll write equals to min, and we'll give a range. Here it is. So since 5 is the minimum value, if you update it to anything, So let's update it to 1. This formula will be updated, like all these formulas will be auto calculated. Then we'll have the max function. This function will give us the maximum of this range, which is 40, the biggest number from this range. Next is average. Again, it will be similar kind of thing which we have seen over here at the bottom, but we'll still have a look at it. Average, select a range, and average of this comes up to be 16.2. If you again select it, it comes as 16.2. Next is average if. Again, on the same front as of SUMIF, we'll have to select a range and we'll have to give the criteria. If the criteria matches, then only it will have the average if. So in this case, this 5 and 1 will be discarded and these 3 entries will be there. So the average of these will be 25. Next function is count. We'll provide a range. It will give us a count of data or count of cells we have selected in this particular range. So we have selected 5 cells. You can see here in this function. Next is countIf. Again, on the same hands as we have it for SUMIF or average if. Yeah. So for greater than 10, we just have three entries here. So that's why it have came up as 3. Then this len. So this length function is being used over strings, not over the numbers. So yeah, you can use it over numbers as well, but we usually use it over strings. So this is a range of numbers. Let's try and have write my name. I wish to find out the length, the number of characters which we have it here. So how do we do it is len, 5 characters for Omka, 5 characters for this side. So these are the 10 characters. Then we have days. So this days function is used to find out the difference between 2 dates. So to explain you what I will do is, okay, before I'll write 2 dates. I'll give it as today's date, and we'll give one another date as 2020. Okay, so here it takes first date as end date and the next date as start date. So don't swap it because it won't give us the desired result if we swap it. Like if we give the start date at first and end date at later, it won't give us the correct result. So we for days function, the first parameter which we should be passing is the end date. So which is this, and the next parameter is the start date, and it will give us the total number of days between these 2 dates, which is 157. On the similar hand, we have some functions. We have few more functions like months, and to that extent, we have functions like years and minutes as well. So to find out the difference between 2 timestamps or to find out the difference between 2 dates. So for this particular case, it will consider the timestamp as 6/6/2020 and then 0000 at 12 o'clock at the start of this day. And similarly for this particular day. So if we are using that time functions like minutes or hours function, so for that particular purpose, it will consider it as 0. So don't worry about it. We are going to see that those functions as well in the upcoming session. So this is about days function. Now coming to this now function. This now function will return today's date with a timestamp by default equals to now. This now function doesn't accept any kind of parameters. You just have to press now and then start of the round brackets and close of the round brackets. It will give us the date with a timestamp. So it will give us a date like 6/6/2020 and the timestamp as of today. So the timestamp will be by default of 24 hours. You can update it like the format painter and all there. You can format different kinds of dates into whatever format you want. You can format it from here as well, or you can write your own format statements like this. It's up to you how do you want to give your date format into. So that's all functions we have. So we have many more as we have seen it over here. Not going through all. So maybe these are the ones which we use on a regular basis. Maybe what you can do is you can try out some more functions on your own. If you have any queries, please don't forget to post it. So that's all for this video. Next video we'll be covering the numeric functions. So thank you for now.